In the chronicles of conquest, oceans are seldom walls. They are invitations. Kublai Khan, master of Asia, saw the Pacific not as a limit, but as a bridge. Yet across that bridge lay an island that would not kneel, a people who believed that surrender was worse than death. 2 fleets, 2 invasions, 2 storms that saved a nation. This is the crucible at Hakata Bay, the moment when the wind itself chose sides.
From their new capital, the Yuan armies swept south, crushing the last remnants of the Song resistance.
Power rarely respects water. The Mongol Empire, unstoppable, unmatched, had already bent the world to its will. From Korea to Persia, every kingdom that defied Kublai Khan had fallen. But across the Eastern Sea, Japan stood silent, defiant. The Khan sent envoys demanding submission. The Kamakura shogunate replied with nothing. To the samurai, loyalty was sacred. Obedience to a foreign ruler was unthinkable. And so, the silence of Japan became a declaration of war. 900 ships, 23,000 men, a storm of empire crossing the sea. They landed at Hakata Bay, where ritual met reality. The samurai rode out one by one, calling names, reciting lineage. The Mongols answered not with honor, but with thunder. Volley after volley of poison-tipped arrows, and the deafening roar of exploding Teppo bombs. The ancient art of single combat collapsed under a new, merciless doctrine. By dusk, the samurai were driven from the beaches. By night, a storm began to rise. The Mongols, fearing their own ships would be wrecked, retreated to open water. When the dawn came, hundreds of ships were gone. Japan was spared, not by valor, but by the wind.
To the horizon!
気合い。
The storm of 1274 was not seen as divine mercy. It was seen as a warning. The shogunate began a national mobilization unlike anything in its history. Stone by stone, they built the Genko Borui, a wall stretching across Hakata Bay, only 2 meters high, yet strategically perfect. It denied the cavalry landing, strangled the momentum of invasion, and turned beaches into battlegrounds of attrition. Samurai who once fought for personal honor now defended collective survival. They trained together, bled together, and waited. Across the sea, Kublai Khan planned his vengeance. By 1279, the southern Song had fallen. China's shipwrights now served the Khan. He ordered the largest fleet ever conceived, 4,400 ships, 140,000 men, 2 armadas converging to crush Japan once and for all. The Empire of the Steppe would meet the Empire of the Storm.
Landing craft have created a critical choke point, preventing flanking maneuvers. The concentrated defense is causing unsustainable losses.
The line must hold here at Hakata Bay. Deploy your men along this section of the wall.
The levy is due. Move quickly, peasants!
His expression is not eager for glory, but grim, patient, and defensive.
The fleet suffered catastrophic losses near Hakata Bay. The storm destroyed nearly a third of the...
The Eastern Route Army arrived first. Before them stood the gray wall, silent and unyielding. Their first assaults failed. The Japanese would not break. At night, small boats slipped from shore. Samurai commandos scaling Mongol ships, killing, burning, vanishing. The invaders could not rest, could not eat, could not breathe without fear. The bay became a stalemate of exhaustion. Then, at last, the Southern Fleet appeared, thousands of ships crowding the sea. The Mongols chained their vessels together for stability, turning flexibility into a floating fortress. They prepared for a final assault, unaware that August is the season of typhoons.
How is this possible?
Pull the ropes! Get up there! They're boarding! Stop them! I hate something out there.
Are you sure? It's just the waves.
Wait, listen! Attack! Push forward! Burn the ships!
Hold the wall. Defend the fleet. On that line.
Watch the starboard side.
Pull the chains taut! Lock them down!
August 15, 1281. The wind began as a whisper and became a scream. The sky turned green, the sea boiled white. A typhoon, vast beyond imagining, descended upon the armada. The chains that bound the fleet became their death sentence. One ship dragged another, tearing hundreds into the abyss. Masts splintered, men drowned in armor. The sea itself became a weapon of annihilation. For 2 days and nights, nature unleashed fury greater than any army. When calm returned, Hakata Bay was a graveyard. Wood, iron, flesh, all shattered and scattered by the wind. Of the 140,000 invaders, nearly 2/3 were gone. The Khan's dream had drowned. Japan had survived, again, not by sword, but by storm.
Heavily scarred and damaged, with ship's timbers and debris smashed against it. But it is
He has lost the mandate. What will become of us?
Be silent. They might hear you.
History remembers generals and emperors, but sometimes it is the unseen that defines a nation. From the shattered ships of 1281 rose a belief that the gods themselves guarded Japan. That myth, born in wind and water, endured for 6 centuries, until 1944, when desperate pilots whispered the same word, kamikaze, believing once more that the storm would protect the homeland. But storms do not choose sides. They remind us that even empires must bow to nature, and that sometimes the most powerful force in war is not man, but the wind.
Is this how you repay our loyalty? We starve while you hoard the wealth!
Have mercy, we have nothing left to give.